All right, guys, hello and welcome. Chase here. We are going to do a little tasting video on one of the more, I would say, radical wines that we're releasing this year. This is the 2020 Venture Entergalaktik. Yeah, that's a wine that we haven't released, that we've never made before. This is a new wine. Check out that color. You can see that. Pretty fun. So Entergalaktik, what the hell is that? This is our first red-white co-fermentation. You heard it right. Red and white. What we did was, and again, this project was just really to be explorative, to try new things, to try new styles, to do something fun and stimulating. So what we did was we actually took, it just so happened that we took Sauvignon Blanc juice, okay? So harvested our Sauvignon Blanc, brought it down, pressed it as we would, goes into tank, and then I actually just peeled off just a section of juice. And then it just so happened that I believe it was this day afterwards, we harvested some of our Petit Verdot, estate Petit Verdot from the Carhartt Canyon, and we destemmed a little bit of that fruit, kept it whole berry, and we actually threw in some whole berry Petit Verdot into fermenting Sauvignon Blanc. So it actually, even though it is juice to berry, it actually kind of shook out to about a 60% Sauvignon Blanc, 40% Petit Verdot co-fermentation. And again, that Petit Verdot is sitting in berries, so it's not really like there was no real maceration. Like, it was something that fermentation, I actually, like, I went in and checked it a few times and kind of like turned the fermentation with my hands, kind of stirred it up. But it was fermenting relatively like room temperature, got a little bit warmer on the warmer side. So I didn't like keep it ultra cold or anything like that. But yeah, it fermented for about a little over 2 weeks, completely native. Literally no additions, nothing touched throughout the entire process. And then after that 2.5 week fermentation of sort of checking those things, we drained the free run Sauvignon Blanc juice out, and took that whole berry Petit Verdot and really, really lightly, just by hand, crushed it, and then took that juice that came from that, blended it in with the Sauvignon Blanc free run, and then aged it in stainless steel for 6 months, around 6 months, and then bottled it by hand. And 2020 Entergalaktik, check out that color, pretty fun. I am drinking this slightly chilled. You could definitely do it super chilled on a warm day, if that's it's on a warm day. I kind of like these chilled wines to warm up in the glass, so it's warming up by your hands, it's warming up just in the ambient temperature of what's going on outside. I imagine drinking this wine kind of right now, later afternoon, early evening, super fun with friends. This is a very, very stimulating wine and interesting in the sense that it's a red-white co-fermentation. It's something that we're seeing a little bit more in the wine world today, but it's not something that is super common. For a lot of you, I'm sure this will be your first experience with something like that. It's so cool because Sauvignon Blanc, this is kind of funny. Like, we've been jokingly saying, like, this is an estate Bordeaux blend. Because you have Petit Verdot being Bordeaux, and you have Sauvignon Blanc being, a Bordeaux white. So it's an estate Bordeaux blend. It's pretty cool. It's like you got this mixture of Sauvignon Blanc being this kind of like beautiful, flowery, white variety, very aromatic. And then you have Petit Verdot being one of the richest, most dense reds that we produce, single variety, and under the Venture label, the Petit Verdot, 100% Petit Verdot that we make, it's called Lost Hawk. So we do 100% Petit Verdot as well, super intense, right? And so you're sort of marrying like two opposites, and it creates this really, really interesting wine. A lot of like sort of like red currant, hibiscus tea is something that I got a lot of here, and then you also, in the mouth, you kind of get this like almost like cherry bark. You get a little bit of that tobacco spice from the Petit Verdot, which I love. It's really in a very, very interesting wine. just by the color and kind of when we pressed it too, it had this really, and it still does, this really, really interesting kind of like garnet red. There was at the time kind of almost sort of this like almost purplish hue. And so it was sort of this like, I don't know, galaxy wine. This wine was like so different from anything we'd created before. And so that's where the name Entergalaktik came from, is something just kind of another galaxy, you know, something pretty radical. It's a fun wine. I think you could drink this obviously standalone and talk about it. You could, I wanted to, you know, look into pairing this. I haven't yet, but look into pairing this with something like maybe some Spanish cuisine, like grilled, you know, sausages or chorizo, or do like a paella, you know, a seafood kind of like maybe like rabbit paella or something fun like that. Get a little spicy. I just think it's super refreshing. It's really fun. We only did 25 cases, which, you know, in hindsight, I wish I had made more, because I'll probably keep 5 of those. Evan, I don't know how much Evan's going to keep, but, you know, so there's very, very little is what I'm saying. Anyways, I just wanted to hop on here and give you guys an introduction. We're not going to pour this in the tasting room. This is going to be exclusively an online situation. You're just going to have to trust me that it's tasting awesome. I hope you guys enjoy. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for supporting us, and hope to see you soon. Cheers.